Hello everybody, this is Amanda. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I appreciate you all. I have my model Garrett, and we just did an undercut on him, so if you want to see how I cut it, you can watch a previous video. I want to show you a few styling tricks because I get so many questions with men coming in asking how to do it. So of course hair is different, and I'm talking about finer hair, but I want to kind of point out a few different things that I like to tell all of my clients is, number one, whenever you wear your hair up, you should always change where you wear it. Oftentimes people grab it and put it in the exact same spot, which is really hard on your hair. So make sure that you move it. You go higher, lower, you change the position of it. The second thing is, when you have fine hair like this, you want to add texture to the hair. You're probably going to have to do it with product, so I'm going to use this Fat Boy texture spray, and any kind of texture spray is really good. I love using this one. I'm going to spray it in at the roots. A lot of times people spray it like that, but it doesn't do much good. You want to be very intentional with your product. So I'm going to spray it like this, right at the roots, separating the hair and making sure I get it into that hair. Okay? And you can kind of feel the hair. Sometimes I blow dry it into the actual hair and get it more and more texture out and layer it. So I'm just going to add a little bit more because sometimes you can get too much. It's hard to get too much with this product. You can get there though. Trust me, I have. All right. So a couple of things about this. I'm going to go higher so you guys can see it. The thing about men's hair specifically is you don't want it too polished. You don't want it too groomed. And sometimes that's why I like using a texture spray in there, because if you brush it or anything like that, or don't have enough texture in there, sometimes it just looks a little too polished. So I'm just going to grab it. I'm going to get those ends through. I forgot a blonde rubber band, and I'm just gonna wear it like this. You can kind of see that the ends are sticking out in the back. Something really messy like that. That's a little bit higher. Another way to do it, I'll just do another example. So I'm gonna do a little lower back here. I'm gonna take the hair, I'm just gonna twist it. This is something that he could do himself as well. And I'm just gonna wrap it up like this. Get some of those ends in. And then this just adds a little bit more texture to the hair. And that's just a little bit lower. The nice thing is if you have that product in there before, you can pull some of that front pieces up to add some of that texture. Because sometimes they don't want it too slicked. I don't really like that look. And sometimes if you do have a lot of texture to your hair, not washing your hair and adding a little bit of grease will add that texture. But again, with fine hair, you're gonna have to add something into that hair to really get it gritty and to get it, because if you don't wash really fine straight hair, it will go limp, it will split really easily, it will be a little too slicked back. So just be careful with that. Another way to do it, I'll kind of do it in the middle, is I'll just kind of go like this, wrap up those ends. I mean, his hair is really long. Most people don't have the hair this long, and tuck them under like that. Just gives a little bit different look. Again, I'm probably gonna pull some of that out in the front there. Just give it. And even once it's out, you can even add a little bit more spray just to add that texture in there. So, and to my Barber Cosmo friends, just make sure that that line is really clean whenever you go to cut that hair, because again, it creeps up and then those little hairs stick out. So I just want to make sure that line is really clean for them. So that's just a couple extra ways that you can do it. Oh, have fun with it. You can braid this hair. I've also braided this hair back into like a French braid. Again, with some of that texture in there, let's go under. Adding some of that texture in there will, some of that texture spray in there will allow for it not to be so perfect. I've done an innie braid too, where it goes in. If you do that, just gives it a different look. I always say there's not a right or a wrong in hair. It's just the intent behind it. Why are you doing it? If you want texture, I'd probably wear it on the outside like this. If you want it to be hidden or a little more sleek, I'd probably do it on the inside. Again, I'm not being too nice with it. You could do something like this. He's a musician, so it works. He can rock it. He can kind of come up with different ways, but that adds a little texture to it. So have fun with your hair, enjoy your hair. Let me know if you have any questions or comments below or anything you'd like to see, and I'll see you next time.